Thanks for downloading another segment from the Best of the Classic Metal Show. The Classic Metal Show is heard live on Saturdays from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern, exclusively at www.theclassicmetalshow.com. And now here's another piece of Classic Metal Show history on the Best of the Classic Metal Show.
The Classic Metal Show.
Here to bring you some knowledge, it's the Metal Experts! Never in music history have two people been so intelligent. These guys know that Zakk Wylde plays guitar! You gotta be kidding me. Ozzy Osbourne was in Black Sabbath? You're yanking my chain, dude. You gotta be kidding me! Britney Spears isn't metal? Man, those guys are brilliant! Here they are, the bastions of knowledge, Professors Mark and John, the Metal Experts!
The following segment is a parody. This is not to be misconstrued as original material of the Classic Metal Show. Parody is protected by the United States copyright law.
The definition of parody is the humorous use of an existing song, play, speaker, or writing which changes the words to give farcical and ironic meaning. Parodies have been challenged as copyright infringements on the original works, particularly since some have reaped terrific profits. Recent decisions favor the parody and say they have an originality of their own and thus are not infringements. There is a free speech issue involved in these decisions.
All right, Chris, it is that time we've been waiting for. It's our...
Awesome.
Thank you, Mr. Braverman. It's your friends and mine, Mark Striggle and John Astronomy.
Amazing.
Thank you. Well, we haven't really visited the Metal Experts much lately.
Right.
And just by chance, because you saw that they were interviewing somebody that we have a particular interest in.
Right, uh-huh.
You chose to download the awful MP3.
Yes.
And actually listen to it, and it was so bad you couldn't resist exposing it here on the Classic Metal Show.
That's right. I mean, normally I would not listen to their garbage. I mean, let's just share a little bit, Neeley. The way this usually works is you usually pull down Metal Experts. I never listen to it, and then that way I can be fresh on the reaction.
Exactly.
This time, because we wanted something specific that we saw on this thing, I went out there and grabbed it and started looking for it. And when I heard what I heard, I was just stunned and immediately got with you and said, we have to do Metal Experts tonight.
Right. Well, anyway, the thing of particular interest that kind of caught your ear was the fact that, and we've covered this on the show before, but just to hear people continually do it, it just infuriates us. I don't know if it so much infuriates us, but it's just, I don't know.
It's pathetic.
It's pathetic. Exactly. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So, anyway, they're panhandling once again.
Yes, they are. Please give us money.
And basically what it boils down to now is instead of just saying, hey, if you want to, go to GoDaddy.com and use our links, they'll throw us a couple of pennies if you buy your domain name or whatever services through GoDaddy. They'll throw it to us if you go through our links, and they'd leave it at that.
Sure.
Now they're making veiled threats that, hey, if you don't go to GoDaddy and buy your services through them and throw us some cash, you're no longer going to get a free podcast.
Oh, no. We're going to have to pay for this, Jewel?
That's the way it's looking.
Oh, my God.
Well, that's how I roll.
That's right, Eric. It's a sad day.
What are you, high?
Maybe a little.
You're not high. That's your problem.
Thank you, Eric.
All right. So anyway, I had to actually try to fix this audio because it was so bad.
Yeah, we tried a few times just to listen back to it, and we struggled. So you guys may or may not hear this well.
I actually ran it through the processing. I actually increased the gain on this, and I also made it a mono wave from a stereo wave.
Right.
And it's almost still unlistenable.
Oh, good.
But you can actually hear it this time.
Okay, well, good.
So this audio, mind you, is audio that I've actually tried to fix so it could be listenable. And you should have heard the original.
Yeah, and you can if you just go to Talking Metal. This was number 204, I think.
206, I think.
It's either 204 or 206. We got both of them. If you really want to see how bad the audio is, you can download the two of those.
Right. So anyway, here is this first segment here is Mark Striegel panhandling the bands who, quote unquote, send their request in saying, hey, review our band on your podcast.
Okay.
But again, let's run, and I know we've done this before, but we'll run it down real quick.
Okay.
What does it take to do a podcast? Well, in the way that they do it anyway.
Uh-huh.
They have a digital recorder.
Mm-hmm.
More than likely.
$100 maybe.
More than likely a digital recorder.
Right.
And a cheap microphone.
Right. $10 more.
They upload it onto a computer as an MP3.
Okay. Server space is $7 a month.
And then they load it up to iTunes, which is free.
Which is free, correct.
So then we got internet costs. Say if you got DSL, what is that, like $16 a month?
But we'll give them $30. We'll say it's double that. We'll say it's $30, which is probably not. But
okay, $30.
Mm-hmm.
And what else?
That's it. Web page, but they already paid for the space, so they can put up their own web page.
All right. So what are we talking here? $40 a month?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, $40 a month.
Yeah.
So that's basically $1 and $1.25 a day.
Yeah. So the reigning podcast champions of the world should be able to afford that.
Shoot, Astronomy spends more than that on booze.
Yeah, no kidding.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Bet she blows $40 or $50 every time he hits the bar.
Bet she blows 40 or 50 guys on every time he hits the bar.
Right. All right, so anyway, here's Mark Striegel panhandling the bands who send in their request to be reviewed on the Talking Metal podcast. And mind you, I had to fix this audio, so this is barely listenable.
Guys, GoDaddy. I'm going to get the business out of the way right now. But listen, this is serious. We need your support. We need you guys to go to TalkingMetal.com, use those links, go on over to GoDaddy, make a purchase. My offer still stands. If you're in a band and you can prove to us that you've made a purchase on GoDaddy using the links through TalkingMetal.com, a domain name purchase for your band so you don't have some stupid MySpace address or something, I will personally hype your band and plug your band here on the podcast. So it's a great opportunity. We're constantly getting emails, check my band out, and it is a great opportunity for you guys to have your music featured on the podcast. Right now, I want to get into a little music.
Wow.
Dude, I bought a domain through their thing.
Yeah, I did too.
I wonder if we should submit ourselves, if we can prove it.
So, did you actually hear this?
I heard it, yeah.
So, that was actually me. That's after I already jacked the audio on that and made it listenable.
Look in the chat room. Dirt talk.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, no kidding. And Pure Rock Rich is absolutely right. It is called payola. I'm sure Fuse would be thrilled with that.
Right. All right, so there you go. If you're an up-and-coming band and you somehow want to be featured on Talking Metal,
yeah,
you need to prove to them that you purchased your domain and other web stuff through GoDaddy and use their links, and then they'll plug your band.
Dude, how fucking pathetic is that? My God, man. How much money can they possibly get from an $8 a year GoDaddy account?
Yeah. What do you think GoDaddy gives these guys if somebody goes through their link?
That's what I'm saying.
How much?
$1?
$1 maybe.
I doubt it's $1.
I don't think so either. I think it's maybe 10%. So it's like 80 cents for an $8 domain.
Yeah, just pathetic, dude. Just awful.
All right. So what are we going to listen to here? You gave me 8 minutes of audio here.
Just play it and we can just go through it. It's great.
All right. Are they begging for money again?
Oh, there's some begging in there. There's just their normal stupidity in here. It's just perfect.
All right. Is there any drunkenness in here?
Oh, you might hear some of that too.
Okay, here we go.
Hey guys, support Phil Collin, Man Rays, and Def Leppard. Go to today's show notes and show Phil Collin that podcasting sells records.
Would you say he's had a few?
A few dozen.
Yeah, I think he probably drank up his Talking Metal profits from GoDaddy.
Yeah, no wonder he can't pay his stupid DSL bill. He's all hammered.
Oh, listen to that. Hey, everybody, go over there and show Phil Collins some love.
Tell Phil Collins that podcasts can sell records.
Nice.
Awful.
Yeah, for every episode, always go to TalkingMetal.com to check out the show notes. We have all sorts of great links up there you can use to purchase music. And I also wanted to mention the new website is going up for me, markstriegel.net. John Casimano, Exciter from the forums, has been helping out. Be sure to check out Talking Metal.
I wonder if he's getting any money for that.
Oh, I'm sure he got conned into doing it for free.
markstriegel.net, I bet you that's like a hotbed.
Dude, you got to help me out with my website, man. I know I can't pay you anything, but, dude, you are going to be doing the website. Let me just tell you. You are going to be doing the website for the #1 rock podcast in the world.
Right.
How could you not do it? Terrible.
Yeah. Oh, I would agree with metal lessons.
Yeah.
A lot of people probably don't get his reference, but I get it right away.
What's that?
There's this mad scientist chasing after Bugs Bunny on a Bugs Bunny episode, and he goes, "Come back here, you little rabbit." he's on ether. I know exactly that episode.
Nice.
That's funny. So, markstriegel.net.
Yeah.
I wonder who owns TalkingMetal.net.
I don't know. Go there and find out. TalkingMetal.net.
I wonder who owns that.
Oh, did they get punked with TalkingMetal.net? Dummies.
Forums.com. And, again, check out markstriegel.net. It's not just about metal. We talk about all sorts of music up there, movies, radio, you name it. Here's a letter that came in.
Who's we?
We.
Us. How do you talk about it on a website? We talk about movies and stuff on a website.
We do, man. We all do.
Oh, okay. On markstriegel.net.
You read it, then I talk to you.
Okay. On markstriegel.net.
That's right. We all talk about movies and music over there and stuff.
Right.
I found kind of interesting from a guy named Matt. It says, I'm happy for you guys.
I want everybody to pay close attention to this email. I know we're going to tear it apart, but this is classic. It's classic because these dummies don't realize that they're getting their asses handed to them, and they just think that it's somebody trying to help improve the show.
Right.
Great.
You name it. Here's a letter that came in. I found kind of interesting from a guy named Matt. It says, I'm happy for you guys and the success of Talking Metal. Please explain to the Fuse people the following realities. The laugh track on the show has got to go. It's stupid and distracting.
Do they have a laugh track on their show?
Like I watched it more than one time. How would I know?
I think I watched that debut. Of course, I didn't see the rest of it. But do they actually run a laugh track on there?
They're not denying it, so I guess so.
Do you have a laugh track over there?
Here we go with me not knowing where anything is. I do have one. Here, this one? Okay, yeah,
all right,
I
that's
do.
perfect. Keep that handy.
All right.
Show almost comes across like David Lee Roth press conference. Complete. With midgets and a sideshow freaks. The announcer guy with the mask. What is the Am I the only Gen X 30-something white-collar professional conservative Christian talking metal fan?
Could you believe that description? Gen X conservative Christian white businessman. Wow.
Yeah, that's great.
Who would describe themselves as that?
Mark here, or Matt, or whatever his name is.
Yeah, listen to this. Holy smokes.
Am I the only Gen X 30-something white-collar professional conservative Christian talking metal fan?
Would you ever call yourself a Gen Xer?
No, I'm not a fag.
A Gen X.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
I don't think so. Not all talking metal fans are turned on by the typical X Game energy drink marketing campaign approach. The Fuse folks are clearly targeting a specific marketing segment demographic with the show, but I'm afraid they'll lose other viewers, such as myself, in the process.
You know what I don't get? This doing this stupid podcast in a bar where they have to go, and Matt writes in his letter, hey, Talking Metal, I was watching the Fuse show and I've got a couple of suggestions for you.
Yeah, and you know they just look like total dorks sitting in there with their little mic, with the little mic cube that says Talking Metal, in a bar, yelling into it like dummies.
Fans at concerts I attend are balding, pudgy professionals who still love headbanging and air guitar. The mullets are long gone. Your podcast is successful because it's raw, honest, passionate, and because you scored interviews with all the right people.
I wonder what that means. They scored interviews with all the right people.
Beats me.
I wonder who the right people are.
CC Banana.
Okay. All right.
It was
Bumblefoot.
Not successful because you guys were trying to imitate Howard Stern in the process. That's what the show felt like. The interviews are fine. It was the basic format of the show, the foot massage, the Slipknot announcer guy, laugh track. Anyways, he goes on here.
The foot massage. The foot massage.
I don't know what. Dude, again, I only watched the debut.
Oh, boy.
The foot massage. And the Slipknot guy, that's funny. Bud Friendly. Now, that guy, even on the first episode, he was an annoying twat.
Yeah. He's not only that, but he's like a creepy pedophile guy.
Is he?
I don't know. He just kind of looks that way.
He really does, and that whole... Oh, Mark is drinking the Kool-Aid. Shut up.
Hey, let's hear it for the people.
Yeah. Look, here's Metal Mike.
Hey, let's hear it for Rob Halford, whose record label made him pull the Talking Metal song because it was uncontractually, it wasn't contractually valid.
Yeah. Someone dropped their manhood in my ass.
Says he enjoyed the Slash interview and wishes we would interview Black Tide. So anyways, thanks for your email, Matt. Any comments on that?
Matt,
As he passes the microphone over.
Yeah, Matt, any comments?
No, he goes, any comments on that?
Well, I really do think that it's quite the...
Dudes, go to Radio Shack, buy yourself a $2 splitter, and get a second mic.
Yeah, total cost $12.
Well, they might have to sell 6 or 8 more GoDaddy domains and to afford that. Nice.
Thank you for your email. And what's really weird is that we kind of are getting a 50-50 split, or is it a more of a 75-25 split? What do you think?
Is it a 50-50 split, or is it more 25-75? That's a big...
Oh, Mark, is it a 50-50 split, or is it a 100-0 split? I can't tell.
That's a big swing there, John.
What a dumbbell. Do you want 3/4 of the pie or half of it?
Similar to this one.
I don't know. I don't. I mean, we obviously have a lot of different types of viewers and listeners. To me,
I agree with Matt there. They should do away with that laugh track.
the idea of watching a David Lee Roth press conference with midgets, strippers, and sideshow freaks sounds fascinating.
Thank you.
Would be watching that all the time. And I don't think we went quite that far with the TV show. But I got to tell you, if you watch Fuse, I think it looks drastically different than anything else on that channel. I don't even know if it fits on the channel, quite frankly. And a lot of that stuff was not Fuse's doing. Fuse is actually quite conservative. It's owned by the same family that owns the Knicks and the Rangers in Madison Square Garden. So, not to pull the curtain down here, but a lot of that stuff, man, we were actually responsible for. It's a different vibe. Podcast, definitely. But, and believe it or not, the ratings are still through the roof.
Yeah,
The ratings are through the roof.
Yeah, no, wait. I want everybody to listen careful to this, because this is a big accomplishment they're about to do. They're going to reveal the ratings of Talking Metal
for one day.
Just wait, we'll comment on it.
You can show Talking Metal at 1 o'clock in the morning on a Friday night, and it will still kill in the ratings. I mean, it is doing unbelievable. That's Friday.
Tell them.
#1 show on Fuse.
A show Fuse airs at 1 a.m. ends up being the #1 show of the weekend. I mean, it's insane. More than the movies, and we had also the...
Notice they didn't say it's the #1 show on Fuse. It's the #1 show on Fuse on the weekend.
Yeah, at 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
What a score.
Okay.
Man, that's real. I'm looking right now. I'm pulling up Fuse's website right now. I want to see what they're competing against on Saturdays. Well, on Saturdays there's the Brooklyn Way, Class Act, and Loaded, and Talking Metal.
Wow.
Third most watched show on Fuse all weekend. What episodes? Kill Switch and Lamb of God?
Kill Switch was the #1 show, and the Halford Danzig episode was the number 3 show that day.
Unbelievable stuff. But anyways, Matt, thanks for your email.
Yeah, he's right about that. That's unbelievable.
I don't believe it at all.
That's what I'm saying.
I think I'd rather watch the Brooklyn Way.
Right.
You'll stick with us on the podcast, even if you don't like the Fuse show.
And Matt, thank you again. I appreciate, and Mark appreciates, that you not only listen to Talking Metal, but you watch the Fuse show as well, and I'm glad you liked the Slash interview.
And believe me, to me, we'd have more strippers and definitely some midgets on the Fuse show, but...
We definitely have more strippers and midgets on the Fuse show.
That's great.
Before we forget, GoDaddy.com.
GoDaddy.
Whoa. In his drunken stupor, he's remembering to plug GoDaddy.
That's right. Here comes another pandering, and this is just even more embarrassing than the last one you played.
You guys got to help us out. Come on, guys. You got to go to Talking Metal.
Now, they got to help you out.
You got to help us out, guys. You got to help us out.
It's expensive to sit in this bar and drink and get drunk and talk on this microphone on this digital recorder.
Let me just tell you, I'm not getting fucked up over here for free, and since I took time off to do the Talking Metal on Fuse and stopped working, I don't have a whole lot of money to get hammered.
Right. And, it costs to park down here, and the drinks are expensive here, and you guys need to offset our hobby.
That's right, and you know how much it costs us to tip the waitresses that have to bring us 14 dozen beers each because we're lushes.
GoDaddy. Guys, you guys got to help us out. Come on, guys. You got to go to TalkingMetal.com and use those links. If you support what we're doing, if you want to continue to get a free podcast, go use those links. Make a purchase, buy your domain name, and show GoDaddy that Talking Metal is sending them customers. Use.
Kitty almost got that out.
So bad. And I love the whole threat of, if you want to continue receiving a free podcast, go fuck yourself with your free podcast. That's the only reason anybody ever listens to it. If it costs 1 penny per episode to download, you'd have no one download it.
That's the other thing. Some people have suggested to both you and I over the years,
yeah,
why don't you charge a membership to listen to the CMS?
Yeah, how about no?
And the thing is even though we know the show is good, there's not one person out there that would pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, some people might, but in the grand scheme of things, you basically, if you have to charge even a penny for it, you stall any growth permanently, because it's never going to grow any further because no one's going to hear it.
Nobody's going to buy your membership to your podcast or your website.
Who's going to pay money to hear two drunks in a bar?
Exactly.
Dumb.
Those codes or use those links on TalkingMetal.com. It's really important to show support.
Absolutely.
It's really important to show support.
Well, that's good to know. It's
Why?
really important to be important when you're showing support.
Right. I have a hobby, and goddamn it, you people better pay for it.
That's right.
I chose to put up a podcast that we record on a cheap MP3 recorder, and you guys need to pay for it.
Come on, you guys. Go into your dad's wallets and steal his credit card and register a domain name.
Because if you're going to receive a free podcast, which is a hobby of ours,
right,
you need to pay.
That's right. You need to pay because we're bringing you interviews with such greats as Swashbuckle. So pay for it.
Right. And we talked to Bumblefoot, who can never talk about Guns N' Roses on his own.
And because we were on Fuse, we got interviews with Slash and Ozzy,
which we played over and over and over again.
Yes, we're going to keep using them, too, so keep paying.
A lot of people have MySpace pages, and those are great. And what I would suggest, even if you're not like an internet...
Well, they're great because they're free.
Yeah, listen to that idiot slurring.
I know. Do you think if anybody had to pay for their MySpace, that MySpace would be as popular as it is?
It wouldn't be popular at all.
Nothing.
There would be nothing on it. Look, everybody, and I'm going to go back a couple of years, but that's all right. Everybody and their brother had Napster on every computer they had. The minute it became a pay service, ain't nobody I know that has Napster anymore. Nobody.
Absolutely. A lot of people have MySpace pages, and those are great. And what I would suggest, even if you're not like an internet maniac, just for the heck of it, register yourname.com or .net or whatever you like at GoDaddy, and it's so easy to point that to your MySpace page. You don't have to be a computer expert to do it. If you can make a MySpace page, you can point your domain name through GoDaddy to your MySpace page. It's really, really easy, guys. And it's just kind of a cool thing to have.
So just for the heck of it, buy the domain name, yourname.com or .net, so we can benefit from your purchase.
That's right, because it's not like you can just type in your name in the address bar in your Internet Explorer and it'll take you to your MySpace page.
Right.
Oh, yes, it is just exactly like that. I'm sorry.
Plus it's free, so why not own your own name, .com or .net, and let us benefit from the residual?
Yeah, especially if you have something going on like, hey, today I did my homework. Man, that geology was hard. Wow, tomorrow I've got a big algebra test, and Mr. Holmes is a real dick. Yeah, that's great. People want to read your blog, you nobodies.
And I got to check with Nick from Invasion and currently Speed Kills to see if those guys did it yet.
Yeah, they definitely
should. Because those guys were on our show, so therefore they should have been paying.
Right.
Everybody should be out there getting their own blog, their own domain name. You can get a free blog at like WordPress and then buy the domain name through GoDaddy.
Why?
Why? Who cares?
Why? Who's going to read that?
Let me go to the bigger picture just for a second here. No one cares about anybody's MySpace pages. Nobody cares. All of you dorks, and I'm sure there's some in our chat room, and I'm sure Neely's one of them. No one reads your stupid MySpace page blogs. No one cares that you're sad because your poodle died. Shut up. You're just another average Joe in a sea of 300 million average Joes. So stop writing about yourself like you're some kind of important idiot. No one gives a fuck.
No. Joe Farber, or whatever your name is, just point it.
Thank you,
Joe
Mark.
Farber, or whatever your name is.
Thank you, Mark.
.com. Point it to your WordPress blog.
Right. And plus, I believe that...
He's way off the mic. Yeah. Plus, you...
Hey, and don't forget about getting our GoDaddy here.
Nice.
GoDaddy offers a lot of other great services as well, so just, click through our site and then go check out what they have to offer and then, make a purchase. Even if it's something like, under $10, you could do it, and it will help keep Talking Metal strong, and it'll help Mark.
What do you mean it'll help keep Talking Metal strong?
You know what would help keep Talking Metal strong? Rehab.
Right.
That's what would make them strong. Not fucking feeding their goddamn alcoholic binges.
I never understand. It'll help keep Talking Metal strong.
Is Talking Metal strong?
I don't know.
Who the hell knows? It's a free podcast that no one gives a shit about. Every time I see them listed on any news
and it
site,
will help.
Every time I see them listed on any one of these dumb news sites, and then you read the comments, there's not a single comment saying, "Oh, Talking Metal's cool," or "Mark and John are doing a good job." Nothing. It's either a comment about the band or nothing. No one cares.
Have to offer, and then make a purchase. Even if it's something like under $10, you could do it, and it will help keep Talking Metal strong, and it'll help Mark and I out. So we don't...
It'll help Mark and I out.
Yeah, we got to pay for these beers.
Again, why are you so important?
Yeah, who gives a fuck about you, Johnnies?
Yeah, why are you so important? Why is Mark and John so important to the world?
Yeah, why do you think we care? I don't care. The only thing I would care about is reading an obit. 2 dummies die in a whatever. It doesn't even matter why. They just die.
Yeah.
That would make me happy.
Well, they're important, goddammit.
I would care. I would cry. Cry from joy.
Ask for much, and this is one time where we're going to ask you for something, but we want you to support Talking Metal by supporting GoDaddy by clicking through the links on TalkingMetal.com. There are 3 different banners, 3 different codes, and each do a little bit of a different thing. So you got to figure out what you're planning to order and which link is going to work best for you.
Cool. Again, check out my...
So in this drunken stupor, you could figure out what's best for you?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, all right.
New site, markstriegel.net. If it's not up yet, it will be shortly. Check out the Talking Metal forums, myspace.com/talkingmetal.
Do you have your domain name pointed towards your MySpace?
Who, me?
No, I'm talking to him because he's plugging his MySpace there. I'm asking him if he's got his domain pointed toward his MySpace.
Oh, undoubtedly no. Oh, yeah, he does. Look, it's talkingmetal.net. It goes right to his MySpace.
Yeah, talkingmetal.net. Go check them out.
It goes right to his MySpace. Great picture, too.
Thanks for your support, guys. Michael Schenker has a great new record out. I sincerely believe in this record. I think it's a great record.
I disagree. I would go to pitchriff.com and read the review over there.
Well, we did quite the review right here on the show last week, and I don't think we came up with we fully believe in this record.
I don't think so.
And I want you guys to use the links in today's show notes to go buy a copy of it. I'm not even sure if it's on iTunes.
It's like, well, you guys need to spend your money.
More pandering, because we'll get a couple pennies if you buy this dog of a Schenker record from our links.
Right.
Ugh.
Do you notice everything is you guys need to spend your money to help benefit us?
That's right.
If it is, we will have links up to iTunes also. But check out the show notes and enjoy this interview. We'll get into a little music off the new Michael Schenker record before the interview, and we'll end with a little more music off the record.
And I think it's really, really cool, Mark, that you have the opportunity to interview Michael.
One of the all-time great guitar players in rock, period. This guy, Randy Rhoads, Jimi Hendrix, Eddie Van Halen, Jeff Beck, Michael Schenker's right up there with these guys. Check them out.
All right. Well, thanks.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's Talking Metal.
Well, I say we do a Talking Metal toast.
Oh, all I have is a cup, but all right, let's go.
John, grab your glass of cum, and let's do a big toast. Cheers to you guys.
Thank you.
It's great.
There you go. Thanks for checking out the Best of the Classic Metal Show. You can tune into the Classic Metal Show live every Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern, exclusively at www.theclassicmetalshow.com.
The Classic Metal Show.